Hey everybody, it's Blair with the Badass Records podcast, welcoming you in for another episode, and I'm thrilled to share with you that this week's guest is Josephine Tsaur, aka Hidden Gems KC. Find Hidden Gems KC on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The website is www.hg-kc.com. Joe's real estate endeavors can be examined on Instagram at Joe Explores Homes. That's J-O Explores Homes. Joe is your go-to gal for all of your mobile videography for small businesses needs. So be sure to check her out, give her a follow. Episodes of this thing that we're doing right here air on Thursdays in a perfect world. The content is viewable at the website, which is badassrecordspodcast.com. Find it where you stream and download your music and podcasts, or view it on YouTube. Instagram is the best social media platform for keeping tabs on what's going on in the world of things Badass Records. That's all I got for you this week. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, so in a perfect world, this will be episode 185 of Badass Records Podcast, and I am super pleased to have Josephine Tsaur in the house. Hidden Gems KC.
Yes.
How are you?
Good.
Very nice to meet you. Appreciate you coming over and giving me a little bit of your time.
Of course.
Now I see www.hg-kc.com, right?
Yes.
And then HG being for Hidden Gems, and then you've got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Am I missing anything?
Nope. Those are all the platforms I can somewhat manage
Right.
and juggle between
Yeah,
my own life.
Exactly. So tell me about Hidden Gems,
Yeah.
please.
So it started as kind of just for fun. I was actually with my ex at that time. We were just recording some videos at, I think the first one was, one of the very first ones was the market at Meadowbrook.
Okay.
Funny story about that later.
Yes.
The market at Meadowbrook, and then Black Dog Coffee House. So just some like random coffee shops. And then I've had a background in photography and just like being creative in general. And funny enough, I actually remember playing with my dad's video camera, like with Legos. I would like use a little camera and just film the Lego like jumping on like just random bricks across the screen.
Nice.
But lost track of that later, was more into photography because I was like, oh, videography is like so much editing. Actually was in yearbook photography.
Cool.
And was watching my videographer friend film things, but I wasn't interested in it at that time. But
Gotcha.
My passion, I guess, for filming things kind of like resurged or came back when I was filming these restaurants.
Yeah.
So my ex and I liked trying different restaurants, and so I would just go to some restaurants, and at first it was just filming any restaurant. Then I was like, wait, at that time I was working for a small business, a yoga studio named Yoga Patch in Waldo, not too far from here.
Okay.
But I just grew to respect like small business owners and wanting to support them. So I was like, you know what? I should start filming small businesses, business restaurant owners. Because there are some restaurants that I try to research and I can't find photos of it. I can't find videos of it, but they're like amazing food. And I'm like, well, I want to showcase like their hidden gem, this amazing restaurant to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Like, sure they would appreciate it as well.
If you're not finding photos and stuff about these places with amazing food, how are you learning about their existence in the first place?
Yeah, deep dive on Google Maps is what I've
Google Maps. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually used to be really involved with Yelp Elite in college, like
Oh, wow.
2014 to 2018 ish.
Okay. I
I
did
got
see a little Yelp something on your bio.
yeah, I was Yelp Elite for like 4 years until really COVID.
Yelp
Cause
Elite.
so you write a certain amount of reviews every year, and you get invited into like this little crew to like certain events. Maybe a restaurant has a soft opening. They invite
Okay.
like this group of Yelp Elite people to kind of promote it.
Wow.
Very fun, very cool group of people, foodies, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was involved back then. But since COVID, I mean, they kind of pivoted towards like reviewing takeout. But
Oh.
I don't. I like sitting and experiencing a restaurant,
Yeah.
so I felt weird. Like, I don't think it's as accurate to rate or review a restaurant based off their takeout, because by the time the food gets to me, like maybe it's cold, maybe it's like crispy, but it's like there's condensation in the box, so it's like not like
Yeah.
it's like not as
Yeah.
like as good as it can be. So I kind of stopped reviewing things on Yelp since COVID.
Okay.
I've written like some here and there, but
It's part of the frustration with something like DoorDash. It's like all the fees and oftentimes the price that you see for restaurant X, that item is not that expensive inside the building. And so it's like elevated price plus fee, delivery, tip. And it's like, that's not even good. I get that you're bringing it to me, but I'm not receiving the same quality as I would if I were dining in your establishment.
yeah, exactly. And like the packaging, I think like I take it all as an experience. Like receiving a styrofoam versus like being in the restaurant and having it on like nice plating or and everything just makes a huge difference to me. So I just kind of dropped off on Yelp for a little bit,
Okay.
but I try to stay in touch. They got a new community manager a couple years ago, and got to talking with her a little bit. But I just have migrated towards Google reviews. Google
Okay.
reviews, Google Maps.
Okay.
I unfortunately rely extremely on Google Maps getting anywhere. I moved to a new part of town, so I've lived here for 29 years, but I still rely on Google Maps.
Oh, dude, of course, absolutely.
but-
Yeah.
I dive into like the reviews, taking it with a grain of salt, like obviously the 1-star, 3-star, and 5-star reviews. But yeah, just dove into that a little bit
Cool.
more. So that's how I've discovered some other places and just word of mouth.
Yeah.
People tell me like, hey, check this out. So I add it to my Google list and it is ever growing. But
Now, maybe you know this, maybe you don't. If I open a restaurant tomorrow and I'm doing all the things like I'm paying my utilities and rent and I have staff and I'm buying groceries and I have social media, do I have to do something to make myself appear on Google Maps?
oh,
Like
yeah.
it doesn't just automatically like you have to do something, right?
You have to set up a Google business profile.
There we go. Okay, okay.
And then you can kind of pay into Google's like, that's what I call it an MLM, but Google Ads or something like that, so you can like appear at the top of the list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's funny that you asked that. I just helped my best friend's dad set up his acupuncture business. It's
Oh,
in
cool.
Round Rock, Texas, but I walked him through setting up the Google business profile, which is free, but it takes a second for it to like register your website, your SEO,
Yep.
all the keywords and
Yeah.
everything. So it takes a second for it to like have it at the top of the list. But I used to work for a acupuncturist and chiropractor on 103rd and Metcalf.
Okay.
He does not have a good storefront. Like you drive by, it's very hard to find. So he relied on paying for Google Ads to be visible to
When
the
people,
public.
yeah,
And it works. It works for his specific spot.
Sure.
I mean, he's a great person and everyone likes him anyway. So, but that helped him get to the top of the list. So like when you search acupuncture chiropractors, he's like one of
Okay.
the top people. And also like photos, like he has pictures of photos. He's pretty up to date on all that. And
Yeah.
he's paid for Google Ads. He pays probably like $300 to $500 every month for Google Ads.
it's I've brought this up before, but there's a meme of a person like doing a huge heavy eye roll that says, and the verbiage is, my ancestors looking down on me when I Google map a place I've been to 30 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It's so crazy. Like I've lived a few different places, but Kansas City has always been home base and where I return to. And so there have been huge chunks of years living here where I just pretty much know where I'm going or I can find it, but I don't go anywhere these days without plugging into Google. Even if I'm taken one of my kids to one of their friends. I've been to that house 1,000 times, but if it's dark,
Yeah.
it helps me. I can see that, oh, this is the street, because I can't see the street sign. But
Yeah, exactly.
and the same is true if I want a piece of information, or if I'm making a choice on where I'm going to spend my money or be a consumer. Like, if I don't see your stuff in a few seconds, goofing around on Google, like, you're probably not going to get my business. And it's not like I'm stubborn and it's just, it's easy if you have your stuff visible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, like, I think you're closed if you don't have any of that.
Right.
Like, I'm like thinking, like, but why is there not any information? Is it because you're new? Is it because, like,
You
you're
don't
close
know
to the
any better,
business?
or you're
Like,
close. Yeah.
you don't know. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Okay, so Yelp Elite, COVID changes things.
Oh, yes.
By the way, I'm in sales,
Uh-huh.
at food distribution. So I
Oh,
sell
you are?
groceries and disposables and all these kinds of things. So,
Oh,
like,
fascinating.
if somebody has the 9x9 one compartment foam, I get it, because that's the cheapest.
Yeah.
But people, especially since COVID, when takeout, we weren't dining out anymore, and takeout, some people care. Like, they want it to look nice, they want it to be vented, they want whatever. Like, it matters and it doesn't matter, right? If you are operating on a super low margin operation, and, like, your profit margins are tiny, and so everything's got to be cheap in terms of the things that you're not making money on. Because some people, okay, here's my enchiladas, it costs me $4 to make it, I'm going to charge you $9.99, but I'm also throwing in plastic cutlery and sauce packets and to-go box, and I'm not making a lot of people don't figure that in. Anyway, it's a whole thing. You're right.
No,
I mean,
I went to a food convention this summer in New York, the Fancy Food Show.
oh, nice.
I don't know if you're familiar with that, but we were looking. My current boyfriend now is in the restaurant industry.
Okay.
Very heavily involved in the restaurant industry, actually. I've grown to learn so much, and it's very important to factor in all of this too. So more on that later too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that particularly, but I am aware that the food scene in New York has been esteemed for a very long time. And just this week, just a couple days ago, I was watching and algorithm at work, or coincidence, I don't know, but it was interesting that I was seeing this content with our conversation coming up. But Elizabeth Eats NYC, are you familiar with her?
Yeah, sounds
So
familiar.
she cruises around New York and does reviews, but she wears meta glasses.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like I haven't really consumed a ton. I was watching some TikToks of people talking about her and the choice to do that. And apparently she's good at what she does, and she is capturing the stuff, the food and the ambiance and whatever, in an appealing way. But not everybody knows, because she doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have a whole thing. And so then it spills into this lane of your recording staff and customers and whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
not to sidetrack so many different
No.
ways.
I'm really good at that.
So the initial idea for Hidden Gems, Casey, just is spawned out of your interest in the dining out scene and wanting to uncover things that don't necessarily have visibility.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And at one point, I was working a full-time job, and I had come up with a business plan to convert Hidden Gems KC into like a content creator package to sell to small business owners at some point. Basically help maintain their social media with photos every week, stories every week, videos every week, etc. And including like if I'm going to interact with the customers, or maybe like leave that up to the owner, etc. And that lasted for a little bit.
Okay. How old is Hidden Gems Casey right now today?
2 years.
2 years. And
Almost
at what
officially 2
point
years.
were you doing this package content thing?
It was probably like 1 or 2 months after I developed it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And that-
November of 2023 is when it was like officially born. Like I made it into like an LLC and everything.
Okay, yeah.
But the summer of 2023 is when I was like just filming and learning about
Sure.
this passion.
Sure.
That was like,
So you go to transition to that, and it took off for a minute, or
I branched out to a couple of business owners, and then it got like I have one customer from it, and it was pickleball, my pickleball friend actually.
okay,
However, I had to adjust kind of like the package I had delivered to him, but it kind of just died off for a little bit, and it kind
Okay.
of became more of a passion project. So it evolved into like a content creator package, into like more so now it's just like my hobby, like yeah, more a passion project too.
okay,
And honestly, I'm still trying to figure like how, like a fine line between making it a business versus passion project.
sure.
Because
That's a tough spot to be in.
it is. Because
I mean, because like you want it to be. Maybe want is not the right word, but it would be nice if it generated some income or more income than it's already generating. But you also love doing it.
yeah.
So it's like you don't want to put all your eggs over here, and then the love starts to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, I'm definitely learning about that about myself too, because I've had a couple, like 1 or 2 businesses reach out to me, but I don't know. I did not really align, I guess, with the
oh,
product per se,
okay.
and I don't know. I just didn't feel.
You're not
moral
exactly
with
a
it.
hidden gem. No offense.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't feel it aligned with like my own like morals, you know?
Okay, and that's important. There's value in that. I mean, yeah.
But yeah.
So you're sifting through some stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
still plugging along and doing it, right?
Yeah.
So do you have like I would love to visit X number of spots per month or post this amount of content per week? Do you have any kind of, whether it's on paper or just in your mind, do you have goals? It's such a
Yeah.
cheesy word to throw
No.
around, but
I am very goal oriented.
Okay.
That being said, because Hidden Gems Casey has leaned more on the side of passion project. In the summer, I had listened to this podcast about a business podcast. And it was like, if you really love something and you want to make a business, you have to do it like 100 times or something along those lines.
Sure.
So by the summer of June 2025, I wanted to make 100 posts on Hidden Gems Casey. Right
Okay.
now I have like 80. So I did not reach that goal, but
you got close.
I got close. And I think learning from setting goals with Hidden Gems Casey, I think I operate best when like I incubate this idea and then like execute it, if that makes sense.
It 1,000% does, because sometimes, every once in a while you just gotta go and see, well, that didn't work, or hey, I learned this or that. But a lot of times something's got to breathe, marinate, and then I don't know, something comes to you or something develops out of it, and you're like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do for this
Yeah.
particular project.
Yes, exactly.
So incubate's a good, if I'm understanding correctly, I think that's a good term to use.
Yeah, I actually learned that because I manage my own real estate account on Instagram too.
I saw that, yeah.
And I was learning about human design, and it was telling me that I operate best when I like let ideas like simmer for a little bit too.
Cool. Okay.
And I've completely aligned with that actually, because I did try doing a post every week on Hidden Gems, and at that point I just felt like kind of drained from it. Like I didn't have as much passion for it, and it kind of felt like forced.
Yeah.
I
saw a bunch of TikToks a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and it was very clearly a trend in the moment where it was like literally every time I opened it, and the first one I watched, it's a content creator saying, make a post every time you open the app. And I was like, that's
Whoa.
insane, right?
Oh my gosh.
No way. There's no way. Like, at least for whatever. I mean, maybe that works for some folks, but
Yeah.
every time I open the app,
Yeesh.
I'll
That
think
makes
so.
me tired just thinking
Yeah,
about
exactly.
that. Yeah.
So you get this thing off the ground, and what was it like, or what has it been like approaching businesses and saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do. Do you mind, or do you just go in there and do it? Like, is it mixed? Like, tell me about that process.
Yeah. So when I approached it from a business perspective, aka me like giving a package, presenting it to two restaurants, it was actually not received. Well, the thing is, I presented to the manager. Manager presented to the owner.
Okay.
Manager was very happy about it because it was like, yes, it's what we need. That being said, I think he was closer to my generation and age, and when he presented it, the different generation, like they're sending mailers, which it depends. Like the sending out mailers in that area of the restaurant, it makes sense. But anyways, so it was half and half.
Okay.
So that was the first restaurant I reached out to. The second one I reached out to, also business perspective, was also not really. I mean, he wanted to spend his money elsewhere, I guess. So it was interesting.
The old ROI, return on investment. How, if I partner with Joseph, like Hidden Gems KC, show me where additional sales are coming from.
Yeah.
It's tough because there isn't a formula, and they're looking at groceries, rent, utilities, staff, and that all can sort of get plugged into the formula. But
yeah, looking back, I mean, he was transitioning to moving to a different city anyways, but he was also like close friends with the other restaurant I was with too.
Okay.
And so like I knew them word of mouth. Like my friend who had worked at this restaurant recommended me to present Hidden Gems KC to them, and then to the food truck right across them. And yeah, I mean, it was a great learning experience for sure. And if I had to compare it to anything looking back, it's kind of like what I learned recently from another real estate agent is that like working with, I guess, my mind's like all over the place right now. I think like with a lower pricing structure, like I had priced my services pretty low.
Yeah.
I'll be frank with that. Like
Sure.
I priced it lower because I was like, I thought it was a way to like offer or get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
But at
Smart.
the same time, there's a double-edged sword because I also didn't I didn't know what a price. I'd done some research, but I was just like, oh, I'll offer this amount for $200 for you. I was gonna make like a decent amount of videos for him for $200. But the thing is, like, I guess I was learning about how to do pricing structures and everything, and yeah, so like trying to think about how to word it, but yeah, with houses. There's a house that was like 125K.
Mm-hmm.
On the spectrum of houses in Kansas City, like it's on the lower price end, but it has taken the most amount of work to try to sell it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's interesting because now I have a client that pays me more, but like it is like such a lower amount of stress than to get a $200 contract than my $500 contract.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money's weird. I mean, it just is. It's obviously necessary. Everybody needs it. It controls however many elements of our lives, and talking to people about money is, that's in my business. It's like most folks, that's what they want. What are your prices? And the same is true after they've bought from you. It's like, hey, I need to collect from you. Can you pay me? It's awkward.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that was
that was the first two.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
To explain, but anyways, first two businesses came from a business standpoint for Hidden Gems KC. After that, I kind of like was like, okay, that's not working. Let me kind of adjust it adapt it. So I was like, all right, I'll film 1 or 2 videos for some spots, see how that goes, and maybe that'll be a foot in the door that way. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep on doing. I'm just gonna offer videos for free because I want to. It's what makes me happy, and what happens happens. Like if they want to reach out to me,
I love it.
Then now I can say yes or no to them instead of me chasing after them or them.
Yeah,
me chasing after the work. I'm gonna do my thing and let them come to me and ask them if they want me to film for them. And yeah, that's actually worked out decently to the point where I now have been able to do freelancing. So I quit my corporate job like this March, and I have enough freelancing work, actually, with a hodgepodge of Hidden Gems KC, real estate, to keep me busy.
Yeah.
For like 40 hours
and
a week plus.
Food
actually.
in your fridge and bills paid and all that stuff. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
So, yeah, and then as for like what I record or like how I try to not get faces in the clips.
Okay.
Just the backs of heads.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to focus on some detail shots if possible. But it also just depends. Like sometimes when I go into a restaurant, I'm not in the mindset to like film. I'm just there to experience it because I also want to see like, is the lighting good? Like, is this going to be very busy? Like sometimes I've filmed like so many times that I still get like a little shy holding a camera up in front of a bunch of people. Like I don't want to be like that person, but I am like that person. Like I love like filming the food, sharing it with other people. So
if I go to Hidden Gems KC's TikTok or Instagram and I'm watching a clip, is there a chance that that's not your first time in that establishment dining?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go to. It just depends. Like like the omakase restaurant was my latest video. That was my first time going in. But I also had the mindset of like, all right, I want to film this place. It's also extremely pricey. I'm not going to be going there like I'm not going to be going there.
That's immediately where I went. It's like, damn, you're paying to eat out twice to get content for one spot. Like that's got to add up.
Yeah, no, for sure. So like for example, I'd only go there once, but I think there was another. I'm trying to think, my mind's like going blank right now. But yeah, I'll kind of like gather up some ideas and then be in the mindset like, all right, I'm going to go here and film. So same thing, I guess, with incubating like ideas. Like I kind of like get the feel for how the place operates. I want to try like their best dishes first, the most popular dish, and then showcase what it is. So
cool.
Oh yeah. So my next video that I actually want to do is about the pizza place in Blue Springs. I've been there twice already. I'm not. I'm not happy with the shots I've got. So it's also learning like, okay, you don't have to push out a perfect video every time, but like I've also set myself up for a standard like, okay, I don't want to just post like a crappy like lighting video of this place, but at the same time like,
we were talking about Josh from episode 32 before we were rolling. He in the making commercials lane and the projects that involve film and video said something that I've since quoted a number of times. Sometimes done is better than perfect.
No, exactly.
And sometimes it's perfect, but also a lot of times you just need to be done with it.
Out there. Yeah. No, I've been like thinking about making this pizza place video for like 2-3 weeks now. Actually,
okay.
I have clips like in my 10,000 photos album here. I just need to plug and chug it into CapCut and get it out there because I mean it's a really good place.
CapCut's the TikTok editing software, or does it exist elsewhere outside of TikTok?
It's like its own standalone app, but like TikTok owns it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't deny that it is very convenient.
Yeah. What kind of time did it take you to get familiar with something like CapCut? Was it pretty quick, or did it have to do hours and hours of messing around with it? How did that?
It was pretty straightforward, actually.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up using like iMovie and Windows Movie Maker.
Right.
I mean, same concept, actually. I mean, they did a good job making it very user friendly.
Cool.
And so I just pay like $20 a month for it.
Okay.
Used to not pay as much for it, but
Right.
it was like $9.99, and they increased it. I need to look more into that, but it's so convenient. I can't deny it, and I have all my videos on there, some projects on there. Like
wow.
I'm editing a wedding video on there.
All on your phone?
Oh, well,
Or
wedding video was filmed on my phone. I edit it on my laptop and my phone. CapCut on my phone and MacBook.
okay.
Yeah.
So, but when you're at restaurants and recording, is it all on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have two phones?
Oh no.
How do you just have like a ton of space?
Oh yeah, I storage for like 2 terabytes of Apple storage, cloud storage.
Okay.
I have like, I think I have 512 gigabytes of like phone storage. I also bought like a USB-C flash drive in case, but all this is on my iCloud. If my iCloud just disappears one day, I'm screwed.
Now, do you have to have a fairly recent device in order to, like, you can't be doing that with an old phone, right? Or it'll just.
Yeah. I'd say relatively new. I think anything really past iPhone 13 is pretty sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this one's a 15 here, but I mean, it does a great job. I crank up the HD settings when I feel like it / remember to HD 60.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, it just depends on the lighting too.
Yeah. Now, how about you've got a spot in mind and you've let it incubate a little bit, and then today's the day. I'm going there. I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you go. Do you get reactions from folks? Are folks generally welcoming? Have you had anybody be like, "Don't do that here"? What does that look like?
Oh yeah, I'd say most of the time they don't really give a crap.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been thankful for the most part. Trying to think of all the instances. I try to be like pretty discreet about it too. I mean, other than like I will usually get a clip of walking up to the restaurant or door.
Yes.
Just to like kind of
signage.
set the scene. But I try to make sure no cars or anyone is around me when I do that. But generally receive pretty well.
Good.
But
Okay.
yeah, I try to be as discreet as possible.
I mean, there's for all the things that are great about TikTok, there's a lot of negativity
Yeah.
in certain lanes of it. Like, are you familiar with the auditors? These folks that are they just set up shop on a sidewalk and record a business, like the storefront, and people come out and they're like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, my First Amendment right to.
Yeah.
And then confrontation happens. The cops get called. There's so much of that.
Yeah, no, I am paranoid about that every now and then. So that's why I try my best to not get faces.
Cool. I mean, that's as long as most folks are not carrying, and you're obviously being mindful of faces and so on and so forth. Well, I haven't done a super deep dive on your page, but the stuff that I've watched feels very warm and welcoming and positive. And if I were a restaurant operator and I saw the finished product, I'd be like, how can I get her to come to, my spot? Because it looks great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we talked about the platforms, the editing software, the device, the settings, how owners and staff and so forth receive what you're doing. And you mentioned this notion, okay, here's my business approach. All right, let me scale back, and I'm just going to do it because I love it. And in doing that, some folks have reached out to you and sort of commissioned you to.
Yes.
So do you feel like, is that picking up steam? Is that growing? Is it just fine how it is? Tell me about that.
Yeah. I'd say I think overall with all the platforms that I use, it's been pretty well. Now, Hidden Gems KC, I will say I haven't had these past 2-3 months, haven't posted as much content, but because I post real estate content in I'm using the same equipment, going to a house, filming the walking up scene to it, filming the detail shots.
Okay.
I still have a lot of fun doing that, so I've kind of like had to switch out some food videos for some house videos.
Okay.
And then I have like my other like wedding content that I do for like outside of like Instagram, outside of short form video content. I also have those going on. So it's Hidden Gems KC is not enough for like just on that platform. It's kind of like a mix of all my accounts together that have kind of built up this pile.
Sure.
They're working.
Yeah. So
working pipeline.
Yeah. What is the handle for real estate stuff? Is that a thing you want folks to know about as well?
Yeah. Joe Explores Homes.
Joe Explores Homes.
Yes.
Same place, TikTok, Instagram.
That's mainly on Instagram.
Mainly, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
TikTok. I actually don't use TikTok a lot, but funny enough, it's the platform that I have the most following on, which is so interesting.
Okay, so if you do a post for Hidden Gems KC, you go to the pizza place in Blue Springs. Do you use a platform to put it on TikTok and Instagram at the same time, or do you go manually?
I just manually do it.
Okay.
I actually kind of play around with it. I put actually different captions on TikTok than I do with Instagram. Instagram, I make it a little bit more quote unquote polished. TikTok, I just kind of like free flow it because I know I can just like. Yeah, it's just very interesting. I just kind of free flow my thoughts on it.
Okay.
Unfiltered. And
I love that. It feels smart. Like to do.
I just play around and see what happens.
Okay, so Hidden Gems KC, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Mm-hmm. Joe sells.
Oh yeah, Joe Explores Homes.
Joe Explores Homes is also on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is the photography piece a thing that you want folks to know about as well? Or is that just word of mouth?
Yeah, that one's just word of mouth friends.
Okay,
yeah, I don't have like a formal portfolio set up for that or anything. But yeah, most of my content I do on my phone because it is so fast to just airdrop everything to my MacBook versus me getting out like my Canon, getting a little flash drive stick, and then taking that out, making sure where's my memory card reader, gotta find that, then putting it into Adobe Bridge, filtering all of that stuff. Like airdrop, just Apple, I have to admit, just so much faster. I mean, like a quarter amount of time.
Yeah.
So that's why I've actually pivoted all towards like content creator stuff just on my phone. It's just so much faster.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So that's great stuff. I'm again thankful that you agreed to do this and are here chatting with me today. Do you want to go back to the Market at Meadowbrook story, or should we wait longer?
Oh yeah, that's actually really funny. I am currently actually my most recent project has been with a family that owns French Market, Cafe Provence.
Oh.
And they do consulting for the Market at Meadowbrook.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm now dating one of the owners of that, and it was funny because I went to the Market at Meadowbrook with my ex at that point.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
anyways, my boyfriend now owns Northeast Pizza too.
Okay.
And yeah, so heavily involved in the restaurant industry. I've also been doing freelancing for Northeast Pizza too. So I design their menu. I do some of their flyers. There's like 3 hands in the pot for the Northeast Pizza Instagram, but we all kind of take a dabble in it. I set up their website. It's just Square, actually, not Squarespace. Square. It was very different, actually. I cannot edit or customize anything on Square website platform. But, so I do a little graphic design and freelancing for them, too.
So you have some freelance graphic design. You have some fun/freelance photography, videography. You have real estate. You have Hidden Gems KC, and then you are dating somebody in the restaurant industry. How do you guys ever see each other?
That's a great question. No, we're still learning about that.
Right, I bet.
No, he's like in the winter, it slows down, business slows down, so there's more projects to do inside the house. We could spend time that way, but yeah, this summer has been like I'm out and about doing things. Like I'm doing an open house. I'm also working estate sales. I'm doing one tomorrow with Green Frog Estate Sales.
Wow.
From 9 to 3.
Okay.
So I I keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Like a tennis league, pickleball league, and doing my own hobbies. So yeah, sometimes it is like, I mean, I've seen it for 2 hours today, but we're up till 3 a.m. helping my friend's cat and everything. So like we have little tidbits, and our quality time together is actually trying new restaurants too.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so it works out still. He supports.
Does he get 2 days off a week?
Oh no. Oh no.
I was gonna be surprised if you said yes.
Oh no, yeah, no. I just learned small business owner. You just gotta accept the fact that you're on call every day.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 3 businesses to manage.
Okay.
And a girlfriend and his own house and chickens.
Chickens, dang.
You have 4 chickens.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So.
What about you? Are you? Did you grow up in the area? You born and raised here?
Yes.
Okay.
Born and raised in Kansas City. Went to Shawnee Mission East.
Did you?
Village. Yeah, I did.
So did I.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Class of '93.
Oh, yeah.
I finished a little bit ahead of you, like a little before you.
That's funny.
Cool.
Yeah, 2014 is when I graduated. But
My daughter just yesterday, she's at St. Teresa's, she's a freshman, so we're like brand new to high school land. And last night was the first Rockhurst home game, which.
Oh, my brother went to Rockhurst.
Oh, so
university.
Okay, yeah. So she's home from school and getting ready to meet up with her friends to get ready to go to the game. And she's like, "Why? What's Lancer Day?" I'm
boy,
it's,
yeah.
The school pride parade day that in my day they would close down Mission Road and you'd march with floats and.
Yep. They did that when I was there.
I was like, yeah, it was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, fellow Lancer,
yes.
siblings?
Oh, yes. Well, one younger brother as well. He's 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
Also went to high school, or Shawnee Mission East
there.
And funny enough, I went to UMKC. I studied health sciences and public health there. And so he went to school right across. He went to Rockhurst University.
There's my Lancers.
Oh, nice.
There's my UMKC.
Wait, you went there too?
For grad school.
What?
I was out in Colorado for undergrad. But
nice. What did you study?
In undergrad, I did a psychology major with a literature minor, but I was also like heavily in communications, doing like newspaper and radio and so on and so forth. And then
makes sense then.
What's that?
This makes sense.
Yeah. And so I was for grad school. I did creative writing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
The pipe dream of being the next great American novelist,
Nice.
So anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
You do have siblings. UMKC for, tell me again.
Oh, health sciences.
Health sciences. Okay.
Yes, and a minor in public health.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was more so just didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but wanted to appease my parents. All right, I'm terrified of needles and blood. Definitely not going to be a lawyer. I mean, I wanted to do computer science, but my dad was like, yeah, I don't know about that. Well, TBD.
Yeah.
Eventually one day I'd like to learn more about it, but didn't go that route. So health sciences was a good mix of no needles, no blood.
I feel you.
For the government, question mark?
Any idea how mom and dad connected initially? How they met?
Oh, yeah, they met in Taiwan.
Okay.
They were both at, if I had to compare to anything and trying to understand, too, from what they have told me, is that they worked at, like, a exercise science facility.
Oh, wow.
My parents were both pretty athletic.
Okay.
So my mom did, like, track and field and, like, sprinting. My dad was a national Taiwanese soccer player back in the day.
Wow.
And so my mom is just a natural teacher. She taught English to student athletes.
Okay.
And then my dad was like a exercise science researcher. He did that actually here at KU for a little bit. But anyways, he was doing like tests on athletes. Kind of like rehab testing. I don't know medical terminology in Chinese. But so my understanding is that they met at this exercise science facility in Taiwan, and then they wanted to move to America to start a family there.
Sure.
My dad jokes that he moved here only because of the Royals and the Chiefs.
What?
He jokes about that.
Okay.
I think reality, he just had a friend. He had a friend that went to UMKC here.
Oh, okay.
And that's where both my parents ended up going.
Oh, fun.
For grad school. And so, yeah, my mom graduated at UMKC too with curriculum education development. Like, you develop curriculum for kids.
Okay.
At UMKC. And so she has her Montessori certification. Now she works and teaches at Calvary Lutheran.
Oh, okay.
Not too far from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my dad's a product manager at a hydraulic manufacturing company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They make jacks for like Costco and Walmart.
Sure.
And stuff.
Yeah. Did they put on music to listen to in the home when you guys were young?
Not that I really remember.
No?
Or Earth, Wind, and Fire is
Sure.
what I remember the most, but they didn't put on much music. I just remember like kids' music for me.
Sure. What
And
about
then church music?
in the car?
In the car, The Sound of Music.
Like
The Sound of Music soundtrack.
No kidding?
I loved it. So
like The Hills Are Alive and a good So
the Do, Re,
Long
Mi, Fa, Sol.
Farewell. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That was actually, now that I think of it, a core memory. Listening to the little tape that they put in the 1993 Camry.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So they loved that. I loved it too.
Cool.
What else did they put? I think that was one of the main ones.
Okay.
Yep.
So this idea of here's what we're hearing as young people, mom, dad, whoever's raising us, we're listening to the Sound of Music and these sorts of things, and then over here is the stuff that we're into as adults or older people. What I'm interested in is something that first caught your ear on the way out of what we hear at home and starting down that path to having your own taste in music. Is there an artist or a song or an album or anything that stands out that not necessarily from the list that you shared with me, but or something that you bought or downloaded for the first time?
Yeah. LimeWire back in the day with my friend.
Yeah.
I think I'd say, I mean, the one I listened to the most is probably like Linkin Park.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Linkin Park and Green Day.
Nice.
Like my emo
mode.
Just like listen to that and drown out everything around me.
And
a little bit of K-pop too.
Okay.
In there,
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Nice. Are you a concert goer at all? Do you have any live music memories from your youth or?
I wasn't actually really allowed to go to like concerts like that.
Fair.
But the one I went to is actually my boyfriend's younger sister. Well, story about that later. But she invited me to my first ever Gorillaz concert.
Oh wow!
So went there in high school. And
what was the venue?
Sprint Center.
Okay.
Center.
Okay. Yeah.
Very like honored that she invited me. She just had an extra ticket for her birthday, and she just wanted to invite someone else. And
did you know any of their stuff before you went?
Only like one or two songs, but I made sure to do research. So I tried to like listen to as much as possible.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was really fun.
I mean, they have a like when they came out. I was like, this is fresh. This is there's nobody that sounds like that. So they impressed me out of the gate, and just recently a Gorillaz album made somebody's list, and it was super fun to go back and listen to.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's cool though.
Yeah, good memories. That was one of my first concerts.
So doing what you do, I mean, you're doing a bunch of different things. And I don't mean to like give one more value over the rest. But shooting, excuse me, photos or videos, there's a path for that's somewhat recognizable to old guy in the room, right? And the same for being in real estate. Doing something like Hidden Gems KC, whether it's hey, I want this to be a business thing, or it's a passion project, or somewhere in the middle, or maybe it's constantly changing. Whatever it is, requires courage to get out there and do it. And it takes, it is, there's a reason why, at least on TikTok, people that post videos are called creators. I mean, there is a creative element to it. Was there a moment in your growing up where, the proverbial light bulb goes off and you go, I have some of that in me. I'm a creative person and I'm going to do, is there a specific time or event that you go like, that was the start of the creative side of me? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Actually, it all relates to like one of the songs that I listed on my album, Golden, from Kpop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
Very recent, up until recently, I finally like started, honing in on like who I really am, because in the past, like, I mean, not gonna lie, like growing up with Asian immigrant parents, like the creative side of me was just like shoved deep down. Like, yes, I love drawing and that's good, but like, no, focus on school. So, I mean, so I did health sciences, even though I kind of wanted to do like illustration or like graphic design. I thought about that. I was like, no, my parents are going to kill me. I'm very thankful that they did take care of me in college. Like, they paid my college tuition. And so that kind of felt, like, all right, I need to do something that'll make them happy. But in doing so, I just shoved that creativity down. But it's funny enough, always like, been always there, because yes, I was involved in the Health Sciences Society with president, was secretary for a little bit, but they asked me to design t-shirts. They asked me to design flyers. Then I did an internship at a yoga studio. They wanted me to design their graphics. Then after that, like, it's always like been a little bit, like, even when I was back in the day in church youth group, they asked me to design a t-shirt. Then I had a friend just every now and then asked me to design a business card. It was always like little one-offs.
Sure.
But I was still like,
fan in the flame, though.
yeah, exactly.
Every time, right?
Yes, exactly. So that's actually been up until very recently. I was in the corporate world, at the yoga studio. I helped them redesign 3 websites, do the flyers and
Cool.
all the graphics. Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like, even the website, I need to take the photo of like me holding the phone and put it on the website because they didn't have a professional photographer. It just so happened that I think I'm decent at taking photos, so I just like put it up there to save time. I was like, I don't want to hire a photographer. I can just do it myself. So yeah, it's always like been there, but I never like really went full force into it until very much so recently. I'm like, wow, I'm like so much happier, like fully embracing like my creative side. Thank you.
I didn't know you before an hour ago, but so social media has done a bunch of things: good, bad, neutral, and everywhere in between.
Yeah.
Exposure is part of that's in there somewhere, and I say that to say this. Prior to social media, I was definitely not aware of this stigma or reputation, or I guess pressure is perhaps the better word, that children of Asian immigrant parents have on them to, I'm sorry, I'm just going to be cliche as I can be, a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. I didn't know, like, really the only way that I had any insight into that is like watching the Olympics every 4 years, and you kind of get little trickles of like, there's huge pressure if you're one of these young world-class athletes to perform at the highest level and make your country proud. And you like, and then it goes away. It goes away, like gymnastics, whatever it is. It goes away, and then 4 years, you're like, oh yeah, I remember. But then now social media, I see content creators make videos and content and joke, but are kind of serious about that being a very real thing. And so you're saying that is a thing that exists. There is pressure on children of Asian immigrant parents to
Yeah.
be
XYZ.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it sounds like yours are like a little more chill, more relaxed.
Yeah, funny enough, like I'll show them some of the things I've done. They're like, "Whoa, you did that!"
Nice,
like,
nice.
They're like still like shocked that I like that I did something like that. Like, whoa!
You're like, I have a whole portfolio if you guys want to see.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really funny to see their reaction every time. But like, I think they've always known that I've liked drawing and everything, so it's not like a complete shock. But they definitely wanted. It's more so like they just wanted me to have stability and just establish like security in this new foreign place.
Right.
As someone that's born here, like it's different. Growing up with the kids around here, like so. Yeah, it was so funny every time. I literally was talking to my dad yesterday. I was like, I designed the menus for this place. He's like, oh, cool. But like, I have to like show it to him for it to like register.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They sound like good people though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Very nice. Well, you mentioned your list, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. And if we can touch on those records really quick.
Yeah.
Are you good comfort wise? You need take 5 or anything?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So it starts in 2009 with 21st Century Breakdown, Green Day.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This is 3 acts, 18 tracks, 69 minutes, number 8 of 14 for them, including a record from last year. I kind of knew they were still making music, but I wasn't until I was like, oh, dang, okay.
Yep.
This is rock out of Rodeo, California. Dookie has made 3 different lists here on the podcast. We had Andrew Leroy from episode 43, Leah Twibell from 55, and Dave Schloss from 78. But no other Green Day albums beyond Dookie have made a list here on Badass Records podcast. So tell me about 21st Century Breakdown and why it's special for you.
It was the first album I bought this in Taiwan. So it was like a something.
Oh, wait, so you've been to Taiwan like more than once?
I'd say 2 times. One in high school, one in like 5th grade,
okay.
And one when I was a baby. But those are the most recent times. Yes.
So which trip?
Yeah, this was the high school trip.
High school.
I was like deep into Green Day, listening to like everything from them, and then when I saw this CD in Chinese in Taiwan, I was like, oh my gosh, like to have this in Taiwan, like that was like really cool.
That is cool.
Also to listen to Kanye West at a restaurant in Taiwan was also very interesting. I remember that specifically.
I bet.
I was like, what? I understand this. Because, growing up here, my Chinese is like not the best, but I mean, it was really cool to see a piece of America in the little gift shop, like sitting on the shelf. I was like, oh my God, I have to have this. And so it was the first album, like I asked my mom to buy it for me. And she's like, what? They're kissing on here? Like, what is this?
That's she immediately what I thought of. Like, she's gonna look at that and be like, "If they're kissing on the cover, what else is happening?"
Yeah, it's so funny. But she said I convinced her somehow. She just bought it for me.
Nice.
And so all of these like songs are in English, but everything around it is in Chinese, which is really cool. And the little like pamphlet inside was like Chinese too.
Nice.
So a little special place in my heart because it was, 17-hour flight to a different country, and to see this there, it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I would just like listen to it on my iPod Nano, 21st Century Breakdown. I just really like the tune and everything, and I just like fall asleep to just like listening to the song.
Nice.
So yeah, that's like one of my core memories of this song. And also asking my dad to buy Boulevard of Broken Dreams on iTunes.
Oh, really?
For 99 cents. I was like, Dad, can you please buy it? He's like, what? What does explicit mean? He's like, oh, it means it's safe. There's no cuss words.
Yeah.
So
funny that comes up in a different way oftentimes on this show, and that is that Tipper Gore, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, who, wife of Al Gore, former vice president to Clinton, right?
Oh gosh, I'm the wrong person to ask.
I think I might be wrong on that,
Mm-hmm.
but in the early '80s, uh, this is a pretty big generalization, but there a bored wife of a politician needed a passion project or something to do, and so she and a couple of other wives of politicians formed the PMRC, Parental Music something. I forget what it stands for, but it is where that stamp comes from, and people freaked out about it because another thing I bring up a lot is like the 70s is kind of the heyday of the album. Like labels were like flying people out to cities to go out at night and listen to bands and discover that next new artist that we're going to sign to a deal. We're going to pony up a bunch of money and put them in a studio, and they're going to make a record, and that record's going to make us money.
Yeah.
And today it's still works like that a little bit, but a lot of folks just make records on their own and do it in your home. And so that was a big, big deal to get signed to a label, and you put out a record, and so much blood, sweat, and tears go into the making of a record. The studio time, the album artwork, the pamphlet you mentioned, what songs are going to make it, how many takes does it to get a song right, and dealing with personalities and family members and spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends and all this stuff to finally, here's our album. And the record company, the record label's taken, I don't know how much of you get this much and they get the rest as the artist. So already it's tough to make money as a musician. And now somebody has come along and said, there's bad words on here.
Yeah.
How much of your potential sales audience are you eliminating? So John Denver, Dee Snider of Twisted Sister, and Frank Zappa all went to Congress and like, hey, this is not cool. You can't do this. And I mean, they really swayed things and ruffled feathers, but unfortunately, the thing's still on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, and obviously, all the way down to your folks seeing it and being like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
Luckily you were able to pull the wool, but
Why? Yeah. It was so funny. But yeah, he did ask, what does explicit mean?
Mm-hmm,
And I mean, I did. I was like, I'm thinking about no cuss words.
it means it's good for me.
Yeah. And you just click.
Yeah.
And Boulevard of Broken Trees was my first paid soundtrack.
Nice.
My mom didn't know.
Nice.
She's like, why would you spend money on this? But
Someday you'll understand, Mom.
I know, exactly. Exactly. And then she bought a Green Day album.
Nice. So, again, a lot of naivety.
Mm-hmm.
You say, okay, here's the Green Day, and you open it up, and it's in Chinese. Is that the same as Mandarin?
Oh, Mandarin's like the dialect of it. So, yeah, Chinese, reading it, it's anyone from, they're going to read the same, like, wording, yes.
Okay,
so,
okay.
someone from a different part of China, yes, will recognize, like, the words that are on the album. But Mandarin specifically is, like, the main dialect that people in China speak.
Okay.
And
okay.
some parts of Taiwan, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the sales world, there's obviously restaurant owners and operators of all kinds of backgrounds, right? So it's common to have, like, I speak Spanish, so I
Nice.
can call on Hispanic restaurants that maybe your key point of contact in there doesn't have the greatest English speaking skills.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, right? Mm-hmm. There's also lots of restaurant owners and operators in the Asia, under the Asian umbrella, mm-hmm. and they've always the Asian sales rep, and then you get to know those folks a little bit more, and all of a sudden it's like when they talk about language, they're saying the word Mandarin. And then so it's like, oh wait, are we not? Is it not Chinese? Are we not? It's like, I don't know what the right
Oh yeah, terminology.
Yeah.
I get it.
And, I mean, and then it's like, no, see, there's 100 different under the Mandarin umbrella or under the China. I'm like, now I'm more confused than I should have just not asked any questions.
Yeah. Yeah. When I say they speak Mandarin, it's Chinese. Yes.
Okay.
So
They are synonymous, more or less.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's kind of okay. If I had to compare it to anything, but keeping in mind, I grew up in Kansas City. Like, I have not been back to Taiwan. Like, yes, should I know a little bit more about cultures in Taiwan and Chinese, like language wise? Yes, but I don't know how to read it. I know how to read very basic things.
Sure.
But if I had to compare it to anything, it'd be like, you said you speak Spanish. Is it like Mexico, like that dialect, or versus like in Europe, like Spain Spanish?
Yeah. Vosotros.
Okay.
So basic like verb conjugation, like what I learned at East. You have I, and then you have you, like informal you, and then you have formal you, like friend versus your professor or your parents or your kids' parents or whatever, or friends' parents, and then you have we, and then right in the middle of it all is the Spanish version of you, and then you have the plural, so like they, and pretty similar.
Okay.
In fact, when I was nearing the end of undergrad, it was like, oh, I am this close to minoring in communications and this close to minoring in literature, and I'm this close to minoring in Spanish. Which one? I definitely don't want to like not do one. And anyway,
Cool.
so I signed, huh?
That's cool.
Yeah. So I signed up for this like 300 or 400 level Spanish class, and it was like, all right, we're reading Don Quixote, the Man of La Mancha, but in vosotros, in Spain's Spanish. And I like look at it, and it's like I can basically tell what's going on here, and I can pronunciate it, but also, nah, like that is. I'm trying to do my senior seminar and work full time, and I have a radio show, and I'm writing from the A&E editor for the newspaper. Like, this is a lot, so no thanks. I'm already fluent. I don't need to. So yes, like I could get by and understand and read the Spanish or the European Spanish, but there's a limit. Like I was in a 20 plus years ago, I was in Ireland, and just at this bar, and there's Portuguese fishermen right there. And let me tell you, like, no thank you to that profession, because the way that they were so like wind and sun beaten, and had like gross finger, like I think that they were like the teeny tiny boat out in the depths of the. I was like,
oh my gosh,
hell no. But I learned quickly that they're Portuguese, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to those guys. And I did talk to them for a little bit. It wasn't as smooth sailing as if I'm talking to a Mexican line cook.
Okay.
In the restaurant down the street. I struggled. So yes, but no.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long answer.
No, I was curious.
Yeah.
To the same extent, it's like kind of there's Chinese, but there's different. Exactly. Like you go to a province that's like north versus south, it's like I don't know what you're saying. Like you can pick up tidbits.
Can you show me on this page what you mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
I was just thinking like we had a taxi driver one time. My dad was on a business trip in China, Shanghai. And the taxi driver, like, even my parents had a hard time understanding the taxi driver. So, yeah, their Mandarin Chinese is still, like, my Taiwanese parents, their Mandarin Chinese is still different from, like, people that are in China, like, their dialect.
Okay.
It's just like if someone was living in the South versus like East Coast, West Coast. Like,
Yeah.
there's just like subtle differences, but you still understand what they're saying.
What are they? If you if I walked into your house, your parents' house, but I'm invisible, so they don't know I'm there, and they're just home by themselves talking. Are they speaking in English? Or are they speaking in?
That's a great question. Like 70% Mandarin Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, 30% Taiwanese. I don't know. They do both pretty equally.
Interesting.
Yeah, but funny enough, I think they speak Mandarin Chinese more.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
but maybe it's just because I'm around too. So I don't know. It's funny when they don't want the kids to know what they're talking about. They'll switch to Taiwanese. Like they taught me how to understand it, so like I understand it. But it's very hard for me to formulate sentences. But like my brother, they didn't have the energy to teach him Taiwanese.
Yeah.
It's a second child.
Yeah.
Child thing.
We're tired.
Yeah. Yeah. So he like understands tidbits of Taiwanese, but I understand way more than he does.
I did 20 years in the restaurant business and mostly in the back of the house, running kitchens and chefing and all this stuff. But I dip out of that to do other things. And for a short while, I did case management over in KCK, working with Spanish-speaking families, and like almost exclusively, it was folks, and this is 2008 to 2011. So it's a different time than it is right now. So what I'm about to say didn't mean then what it means now. So almost exclusively the folks that I'm working with are parents that came here. They're undocumented, but they have kids here, and so their kids are citizens. And the language barrier is pretty tough because mom and dad don't.
Yeah.
They oftentimes dad works 2 jobs and mom's in charge of the home and all the kids, or maybe they both work. And so you get situations where, the kid is around Spanish being spoken all the time at home, but outside of the home, it's only English. And so the kid picks up the English and kind of pieces together Spanish. They're fluent, but they wouldn't be able to like necessarily read and write in it. So you wind up in situations where like a teacher or a school administrator or whoever, a nurse, all the different places we go in life, there's a language barrier. So the kid winds up being the translator for mom and dad. And they learn quickly how to manipulate that. Oh. Like I've sat in on parent-teacher conferences where they're like, this kid has missed first hour 17 times. And the parent's like, what did they say? And the kid's like, said I'm a good student. You know what I mean? I'm like, excuse me. That is not what that means.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So beyond 2009 21st Century Breakdown from Green Day all the way to just a couple months ago, 2025 K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. This is 38 minutes, 12 tracks, and now back to naive old guy. K-pop, popular music originating in South Korea. Originally Korean musicians taking influence from Western dance music, hip-hop, R&B, and rock. Today, however, musical output of teen idol acts such as girl groups and boy bands. These summaries are chiefly for me because I didn't know what we were talking about. And then there's this film.
Yes.
236 million plus views on Netflix, making it the most streamed in Netflix history. Yeah. I had not heard of it until you gave me your list. I'm like, what is this? And then I'm like, excuse me? Holy smokes. Oh, yeah. So how does it land on your radar?
Funny enough, I went to a music festival this May, end of May with my friend. It was called Head in the Clouds, and it featured G-Dragon and 2NE1, which are very iconic in the K-pop world.
Okay.
G-Dragon especially. I mean, he was actually very close to making this list.
Oh.
G-Dragon's album was very close. I was
Okay.
like, well, I'll do Green Day. But he came close. But he is... well, anyways, they advertised K-pop Demon Hunters at this music festival.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
back in May.
Yeah.
And my friend and I went there, like, what the hell could this possibly be about? Like, we were just like, K-pop Demon Hunters? Like I was just trying to, like, visualize, like, how in the world they could make a film out of this. So, not gonna lie. Yeah, I was like, what is this possibly about? And then, like, I had, like, so many friends ask me, like, have I seen it yet? Like, it's like, no. Like, why? It sounds so dumb. Okay, now it's like my favorite soundtrack ever, and I've watched it like 6 times.
Okay, so
But-
what did you do first? Did you view the film first or listen to the soundtrack first?
Definitely the film first.
Okay, and first viewing, you loved it?
Yeah, actually it was in the first like 5 minutes. I actually had to rewatch it again for the first like 5 minutes because I was distracted. But funny enough, yeah, I was like, what is, like, went into it, like, what the hell is this? Like, how, what? So first, like, 5 minutes, the first song came on, and I was like, whoa. This, like, at first, like, couple of seconds of hearing that sound, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then it, like, sucked me in, and I watched the rest of it. I was like, jaw dropping. I was like, oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah, so they got me.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yes,
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
Really. It intrigues me so much about the world of K-pop. I swear they have like a formula or like some kind of like earworm formula, but all the songs are like very good. Like none
Cool.
of them were any that I would like dismiss. Like they were all ones I have repeatedly listened to.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this thing supposedly, after this record-breaking number of views and so on and so forth, 2 sequels, a TV series, a short film, and a stage musical are all being considered because it did so well.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
it came out in July. This is
It's September.
we're not even a week deep into September. It's been available for 2 months.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
that's
like that's to say the
bananas.
least.
Wild.
I'm very impressed, and I'm like frankly like quite happy that it's brought so much awareness to like K-pop in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
Like you say the word K-pop and you cringe a little bit. That's my perspective on it.
Well, I tell you, I don't know why you would cringe. Where I immediately went was Kids Bop.
Kids Pop.
If you know,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and like the vehicle that I have now, when I drove it home, there was a Sirius XM sticker on the window. I was like, oh, everything's fancier than it's a 10-year-old car now, but everything in it is like there's screens and GPS and all this stuff that's never been in any car that I've owned before. But I found Sirius very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for like 2 days it was free. And then they're like, hey, you bought this car. You got to pay for a subscription. I was like, oh, all right, fine. So I pay for it. And my kids are little at the time, or littler. And so there's a Kids Bop Sirius XM channel that they learned about from their friends. So we would listen to it from time to time. And it was like, it's whatever, it's part of parenting. Like you watch kid movies and listen. And so I went K-pop, Kids Bop, like, but they just so happen to linguistically sound similar. They're not the same thing at all, really.
No.
You know what I
Not
mean?
at all. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Kids Bop, K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've introduced my boyfriend to a little bit of it. But yeah, ultimately my best friend growing up showed me some K-pop songs.
How
She's
long
like my
ago?
older sister. Oh, it was like 5th grade.
Okay,
5th grade or something
okay.
on my iPod Nano. I downloaded songs. So
No
she's like, you
kidding?
gotta listen to this.
That long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had phases where I listened to it a lot, then I kind of fell out of it, then listened back to it again. But I'd say like middle school and beginning of high school is when I was like would follow along to like the OG, the OG artists.
K-pop.
Yeah, G-Dragon and 2NE1 being like
Nice.
of that era. But yeah, I'm super happy that it's brought so much attention to this genre.
Well, I enjoyed listening to the soundtrack, and I'm gonna have to check out the film. I'm not sure that I'll be able to recruit anybody to watch it with me, with peers or my kids. You know, it's like, but it, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Like, folks are digging it.
Yeah,
I mean,
adults are like making viral videos.
Oh my
about
gosh,
it, like
really?
watching it with their kids. Literally the same sentiment. Like, what could this possibly be about? And then they're like doing a whole like remix for like
That's
their
funny.
if they're a musician, they're making covers of it for their kids and stuff.
That's hilarious.
But it's definitely relatable. Which is why I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's like uncannily relatable to like how I felt in the past year or so with the song Golden, where it's like I used to be a troubled child for doing the things I loved, basically, like being creative, like drawing, making videos, like and being told like no, focus on school.
Yeah.
And then now it's like what I do.
Where's the math in this?
Where's the math of this? Exactly. Just calculating how much I get paid from the things
Right,
I'm doing
right,
now.
exactly.
But yeah, one of the lyrics in the song Golden is literally like, now I'm being paid to do the things that I
Oh my gosh.
like, used to get told not to do.
That's
basically.
awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, that resonates way more than I like to admit in this kids movie. But ultimately, it had a really interesting storyline. I mean, it threw me in for a loop. Like, how could they possibly make this into a storyline?
Right.
But I mean, people are eating it up. Disney's shaking their head. No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
Yeah. You know, it's always for this right here. It's always the best when I have somebody in the chair, right? Because we made it through, you know, a stranger DMing you
Oh, yeah.
and hey, do you want to come to my house and do this? What?
Yeah, I told my friends that. I was like, I'm just going filming a podcast at this person's house.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
And to break through that is tricky, and then to get all the way through the like, okay, now you're engaging with me, but I'm going to ask something out of you, and that's to share a list with me. And if you do that, then I'll give you dates to choose from. We pick a date. You're finally here. Like, getting you here is always the best, but sometimes the correspondence is valuable and enjoyable too. And you said when you were ready to send me your list, you're like, okay, this is so cheesy, but, and I say all that to say this, like, sometimes you just got to embrace the cheese.
Yeah.
Like, if it gives you joy,
Yep.
call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, joy is important,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I have a few questions for you, and then we'll wrap and get you out of here. But I'm gonna dip out for a quick second and use the restroom.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So these are silly.
Huh?
These are silly questions.
Oh, sure.
But just whatever comes to mind comes from the heart. Number one, you get to have coffee with anybody of your choosing, dead or alive. Who are you choosing and why?
Okay. What's really funny is that I am not a fan of Taylor Swift's music, but I respect her so much as like just an icon of like what she's done, what she's gone through. The lyrics I've heard from my friends that are actually like love her music have told me the lyrics about, and just like some random deep dives on what her lyrics mean. But I think I choose Taylor Swift.
Cool.
Not gonna
I love
lie,
it.
which is so funny because
There's so many people hating on her right now, being like, she's a billionaire and she's
Right?
supposed to be using her platform to solve all the world's. I'm like, just leave it alone, man. Like,
Yeah, I just have so many questions for her. Like, one, I'm tired. I used to have a job where I traveled 100% of the time. Like, it got kind of lonely. Like, and I just wanted to be in my own bed at the end of the day.
I bet.
It was really fun because, like, at that time I was living with my parents. So obviously I'm gonna get a job that travels 100% of the time. But after like a year and a half, it got kind of tiring. And then I thought about like all the musicians that travel and tour. And like also eating healthy when you're on tour, like you don't have your own kitchen, you can't make your own food, you have to rely on eating out. Then also like working out and staying healthy is also a full-time job. Like you don't have your friends or family next to you, you're going from city to city to city, and it's tiring traveling too. So I just respect musicians that do that so much, and
Sure.
to the extent that she does it, because also rehearsals are like music rehearsals. Obviously, it's a
Well,
whole day fiasco.
the little bit of info that I've gleaned, her shows are 3 hours and physically demanding. And so, in order to be able to do that, I think she has people on her team that are in charge of preparing healthy
Yeah.
foods for her and making sure that there's a facility that she can exercise in. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Because, you'd think the late night and bars and fast food after a show and then you sleep in and wake up and do it again. Eventually, your body's going to be like, forget you, dude. We can't do this.
Yeah.
Unless you're proactive and mindful and all these things.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else she does, like brand deals or anything else, but I mean, just all the things that she's gone through with like record labeling, trouble with that. I still don't know the details of it, but just hearing the general like surface level things about her, I'm like, wow, I really respect you as a person, an entrepreneur,
Cool.
as a musician. Like, I want to know how you do it.
Great answer.
Yeah.
I love it. You're familiar with this notion of a bucket list,
Oh, yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
So if we can pretend that we all have a professional and a personal bucket list, you're given all the necessary resources to go knock out your number one on each of those lists. What are those number ones?
Okay, so professional bucket list. You know, I've actually like gone. I'd say like I reached my peak for like what I've just did recently this week, which was designing the menus for French Market.
Cool.
Like that for me as a graphic designer, like amateur graphic designer. I mean that's like I look back. I say I look back. I'm still making edits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm still adding caramel to the menu because
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
on the menu like a week ago. And then me having to edit it in 4 places. But like I'd say after this 3-month project of implementing their new branding, like I'm really happy with what I've done, and it was a lot of
Excellent.
time and energy.
I bet.
But to have my menu displayed at French Market is like pretty big. Like you walk in, the TV screens are there, but like it looks very simple. But sometimes the most simple things are also like gotta make sure it like lines up correctly.
Yeah.
And more specifically, like also doing the pizza menu for Northeast Pizza, the original one. It was based off of like a Pinterest like vintage menu, but anyways, it looks simple, but it was like very time consuming. But I'd say that's been on my bucket list and recently crossed it
Cool.
off this week, so I'm very happy about
Heck
that.
yeah.
Now another one, I'll be honest, I haven't had energy to think of another one, but I think it would be, I mean, of the same sort, but to be determined.
Okay, TBD. Yeah.
TBD on the professional bucket list. So I think that's.
What about personal? You have a number one?
Yeah, personal. I was just thinking about that earlier today. I saw someone on their moped, and I had a motorcycle at some point. One of my bucket list items was to get my motorcycle certification.
Okay.
Which I did, so that's crossed off.
Nice.
I was like, I want something like, more like an ATV or something. Like I don't know.
Wow.
Like, but like, I need to find land.
Yeah.
So like, I
Small
don't know.
detail,
Yes,
small
I
detail.
need. I want an ATV, but like, I want to like, I don't know. Just,
Okay.
like, a vehicle that's like fast. I want to be able to like.
That sounds fun.
I know. Bucket list. Get an ATV and be able to ride it someday.
Have some land.
Have some land to
I love it.
ride it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of what else for my personal bucket list. It's like when you're asked what's on your bucket. Like I have things that are definitely
Yeah.
on there, but like, yeah, I'd say having like a land or a farm, but
I mean, that's no small feat to accomplish. Like,
yeah,
I mean, if you get to a spot where you can own some property and have a toy or two on it, like, that's a
Yeah.
good thing. I mean,
yeah,
I like it.
and it's funny because like getting older now, I'm like, it is kind of nice to be just isolated from the city and everything. It's just some peace and quietness. But I'm not gonna maintain the land though. I just want to ride my ATV.
All right, yeah.
But
so land, ATV, and then somebody to help you tend to the responsibilities of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is not meant to be cloaked in regret. We're not looking to change the you that you are today. Mm-hmm. Having said that, you're given the opportunity to visit your past self at any age of your choosing. What age are you choosing, and what are you saying?
I think there was a peak point. I think back about this a lot. In second grade, we had a competition to draw like a class flag.
Oh, cool.
To propose an idea. Like, I think it was like in elementary school at the end of like the summer or something. Your whole class like carries a flag, and the teacher like asks the class like draft up some ideas, and then whoever wins this drawing gets their flag like displayed and everything. And I actually won it.
Nice.
Because one, the class was like, my idea was like I wanted everyone involved. Like I liked my classmates a lot, but I didn't want to just draw one icon like a chicken or something like that. Like I wanted to be like embrace like everyone. So I actually drew everyone. They're stick figures. I drew everyone in like a little circle, like cliche, like holding hands. Like I drew like their hair color on each one, and they're holding their hands, and that one like class flag. So that was like little me being like, oh my gosh, I feel so special. Like mine got chosen.
Yeah.
Out of all the ones that were proposed, and I think looking back, I'd be like, you should embrace that like inclusivity. Like I always want to try to include like everyone because. In social settings, I don't have a really loud voice, so sometimes it's easy to get like talked over, and I think that's where that comes from. Is like I would get talked over a lot.
Oh, really?
As a kid.
Okay.
But like I wanted to make sure like everyone was on the flag. I don't know, it was like some childhood trauma.
Sympathetic little you.
I know, little second grader me. I'd look back and be like, all right, embrace your creativity and that point in your life, like carry that feeling with you the rest of your life.
Fantastic.
So I would definitely revisit that little time in life.
I love it.
Yeah.
Where was grade school?
I'd say Briarwood Elementary School. I went to like 3 different preschools. It was like one on 75th and Lamar. Was that one Shawano? No. Santa Fe Trail Elementary.
Okay.
Yeah, Santa Fe Trail, Shawano Elementary, and then Briarwood.
Gotcha.
Went to like 3 preschools. And then Briarwood Elementary is where I...
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the fact that there was at one point in time a television program called Fear Factor?
Oh, yes, I have. Yep.
Okay. So this is like early reality TV, and you win the challenge or you win the prize by tolerating gross or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So this is not that.
Yeah.
This is real life, and you have to get from point A to point B, but right in the middle is like your biggest source of creeps or willies or anxiety or actual fear. What is it?
Funny enough, I was helping my boyfriend clean out the basement. Very proud of myself. But anything involving really spiders, spider webs, worms, maggots, like just anything that you'd imagine like a basement that hadn't been tended to for years.
Yeah.
Like, that's my worst fear.
Okay.
Why? I don't know. I'm just very
no, because all that stuff is gross. Yeah.
Brown recluse spiders. My friend's cat got killed by one.
No way.
Like it's just there's a bunch in the crawl space at the house that we have. I don't know. Just I do not want to get paralyzed by like a bug bite.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm like a bug bite magnet. So anything bugs and spiders related. But
yeah.
I think it's just a feeling walking into cobwebs.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
This time of year, especially. I don't probably other homes too, but this home, there are portions of this basement and exterior, doorways, and I walk, and all of a sudden you got that across your face, and it's like, is it just a cobweb? Is there something crawling? All the time.
Yeah, my hair will like fall onto my arm or leg. I'm like, what is this? I cannot. But yes, that's
Okay, last but not least, please complete this for me.
Mm-hmm.
The world would immediately become a better place in which to live, if only.
Access to healthcare was not for profit.
That is a fantastic answer. Seriously.
Thought about that very recently.
Yeah.
Actually, last night, like 12 hours ago.
Yeah. It's all the time. It's crazy.
Like, I only say that because my friend got scratched up by her cat, and we literally had to be like, all the urgent cares were closed till she had like these sets of bites, and we just want to make sure like she's okay, it's not gonna get infected. But we literally like, it's sad to think about not going to the emergency room because it costs so much. She has health insurance, but it's still gonna cost like a lot just to go to the emergency room. And the fact that urgent care is closed, like, and there was like, I think 1 out of like 10 that we saw that were open, was just really sad and frustrating.
For the cat?
Oh, for her.
For her.
Yeah. The fact that there's already a vet that's 24 hours worth.
Yeah.
They're so nice. But yeah, for a human.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
It's frustrating.
Really crazy.
And it just made me kind of upset. I mean, I used to work in the healthcare industry. So it's just frustrating.
Big money in it.
Big money and
around
big
every
pharma.
corner. Yeah.
But yes, I'll leave it at that.
Good answer. All of them are good answers. Thank you.
Yeah.
So www.hg-kc.com is the Hidden Gems KC website. Hidden Gems KC on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. If somebody wanted to reach out to you to have you feature their spot on Hidden Gems, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah. I would say direct message. I do check Instagram a little bit more than I do with TikTok.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd say that's the most efficient way.
Okay. Now you have the photography, videography, the real estate. Are there other plugs that you want to mention?
Yeah. I'd say I just love exploring homes, and so I'd just say at Joe Explores Homes on Instagram.
Joe Explores Homes.
I just check out some local homes that are for sale. Really, the mission is to convince my friend to move to Kansas City, showing her different houses and stuff.
Okay.
But, also just me getting familiar with the market, too.
Sure.
And, just seeing how the layout of different houses
are
set up is really fun to me.
Nice. Is there anything that you had hoped that we would cover that we didn't?
I'd say I think we covered a good basis of everything.
Okay.
Had a lot of fun.
Good.
Chit-chatting about everything.
Me too.
Definitely want to chat more about the restaurant supply distribution.
Okay.
Or sales
Yeah.
portion of what you have, because, every little detail of like restaurant, it matters.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for inviting me to the podcast.
Of course. Josephine Tsaur, Hidden Gems KC. It was awesome to meet you. I really enjoyed our conversation, and talk to you soon.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Yeah.